All right. Hello and welcome to a very rare stream on my channel. Welcome everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend. And today we are going to code something, doing some progress. I just uploaded a video on Friday about a new broker service, and yeah, let's bring this to life and just get some use out of it. This is pretty much it's not my current architecture, but that's the current plan, what it should be. We already have a front end to show some historical data and display some indicators using lightweight chart. And we're having a database accessor API, which accesses our database to get historical data. We having an indicator API, which calculates some indicators, and what just came recently in is the broker service, which has a connection to CTrader and publishes a REST API to trigger some events, and then can, for example, stream some price data to Redis streams, and that's where all the other services then can subscribe to the data streams. Yeah, that's pretty much the current state. We have a backtester which is in rough development. Did a video, I think, over a year ago about it, and yeah, there's still a lot to do. So yeah, but that's for some other time. What I want to do is get some live data and yeah, more current data to the front end. I might show you this for now, but I think I need to start the services for this. So everything is packed in a Docker container or in separate Docker containers. And that's pretty much the current front end. We have some historical chart data. We have some predefined symbols which you can switch. Just fixed the bug, so when we switch the symbols, we will always get to the most recent candles to not have some problems with indicator calculation. Talking about indicators, we can apply some indicators and change their settings. And yeah, of course, also change the time frame. And Oh, this bug is still existing, okay. Or it might be another bug. Or what? Yeah, not sure what the problem is. Probably when I switch the settings it will recalculate. No, it doesn't. Ah, we don't have enough candles probably. For daily candles, yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's pretty much the front end currently, but as you can see, the last, which is not the current candle, is from 7th of August. And that's something I want to fix now with the new broker service I have developed. So on the broker service we can subscribe to a tick data stream, but we can also request historical data with over the REST API. And the plan is to create an ingestion service which on startup first request the symbols that we all have in our database, so we know which one we are actually caring about. And also get the most recent candle or the newest candle in the database. So if the complete system was down for a while, we know which is the latest candle that is in our database stored, and we can then get the gap between these last candles and the current time. Yeah, that's pretty much the first step, to close these gaps. And then the second step is to get up-to-date data or a data stream to subscribe to tick data. Or first we subscribe to minute closing data, because I'm only storing 1 minute closing data in the database currently. So I will subscribe to this, and when the whole system is running, the gaps are closed, then on every new minute candle we will also store this in the database, so we don't have any gaps anymore. Alright. Yeah, the ingestion service currently, or in this diagram, has a direct connection to the timescale database. Which is there because in a chat with ChatGPT, it told me it might make sense to reduce the delay the data get in there, but I think actually I will change it, because I'm probably planning a cache in the database access API for like, I don't know, 500 candles or so. And so that this cache is already updated, or can be always updated if the ingestion service writes anyway to the DB. So it will probably much more look like. Now I'm destroying everything here. How do I like this? More space here. Something like this. This is not connected. Bit tricky here to draw. Something like this. Yeah. So we are still not connected. Whatever. So on data updates or on a startup of the complete system, we are going to request historical data, and this then writes to the database access API. This will later have a cache that always updates and also writes then to the database. So that's pretty much the plan. And I think the first part will be to create this ingestion service. Yeah, and request some historical data. So we are creating a new folder. Can we copy some files maybe from... Oh, let's create it automatically. I can't name folders. let's use the broker service. So we need some entry point, some main app. We need some requirements. It's not really needed, but later we will do it also in a Docker container, so that's then for later. Project Tormal. Probably some environment variables as well. It's already too much. Actually, do we need a fast API at all? We're actually just acting as a client, right? We need to subscribe to Redis streams. That's a package, and we need to do some REST calls. I think they can be even done with a basic request from Python, but let's start again. need fast API. Don't want to use Pydantic. Don't like it. Let's start with the planning. So I want to do request to the broker service and also to the database access or API. It should be able to subscribe to Redis streams events. I don't want to use Pydantic. Use .env files for config. With a simple setup. Is there SQL alchemy used in indicator? It's not used. Interesting. So what's the suggestion? Create core project files, requirements Docker files, sample env, readme. Redis consumer. HTTP client modules. Create ingestion service app HTTP client. HTTPX. Okay. I don't know, what did I use in the indicator service? Probably just request was. Request in indicator API or requests with an S. Yeah. Not sure what the advantage of HTTPX is. I don't think I need fast API. It should be a service that requests missing data on start up and then ingests new data when with the Redis stream. That's one thing. Should then not directly write to the database, but use the database access, so API. Oops. Let me first here. Support connection pooling. Alright, yeah, I think that's it's definitely a newer package or module. Yeah, let's try it out. Never used it before. I only did use requests. I think this is even a basic function of Python. What's the answer here? It's the plan, minimal structure, build configuration loader, HTTP client table. That's because I added this. 2-minute database access API, create ingestion, sync. Folding pattern right candles. Backfill detection. String consumer. Startup backfill logic. Implement ingestion. Backfill that queries the latest candle timestamp per symbol time frame from database access API on startup. Logs gaps, optional requests, missing data from the broker service, historical API. Alright. Synchronization hardcode. Initially load. Symbols are defined by the markets table in the database. Consumer groups with X read. Use various consumer groups. At least one delivery and crash recovery. I'm too new to Redis streams to know what that better readability, reliability, but add complexity. Should the service purpose on startup or just logs gaps and requirement backfill? It should. it should automatically backfill. Let's see what it's doing then. I didn't ask it in, asked again if it should use XHTTP. Let's just see what it does. So we should have mentioned that we only insert 1-minute candles into the database. Okay, it's now using requests. I can change this later. So use XHTTP. Other way around. HTTPX instead of requests. I am only inserting 1-minute data into the database. Something else? Docker Python main py. I think I used 3.12 in the other services. So I will this doesn't have a Docker container now yet. This one. Oh no, it's also 11. This doesn't have one. Indicator API has, this one uses 12, okay. Probably we can just change this one. this. All right. So what do we have now? We have an app that, let's just accept everything and then see on initialization. Do we have a main function here? So this runs async IO in an event loop. This creates the ingestion service with loads config, sets up logging, DB client. It's a class of app DB client. It's a database client. HTTP client for database access API for interactions. So to get markets, response, markets, to get the latest candle, similar time frame, limit 1. I think this should work with just limit 1. And this gets us a response. Then returns the single candle. To write candles, not a candle. Some logging. Get candles range. Get candles range. Fetch candles with init date range. Somewhere used. So we have to get candle. No, that's right candles. Get candles in range. Yeah, we probably have. This should do the. Should call the broker service, right? Candles symbol ID. No, that's not. In the broker service, we don't use a symbol ID. But when do we need to get candles in a range from the database access API? I think we don't ever. Probably unnecessary, this function here. It's currently also not used. Let's do this one for now. Let's go to the main. So we get this database client. Define Redis. Consumer. Markets. Consumer task and shut down. Then we have a startup function that's probably called when running executing the run function. Yeah. So we are doing the startup, logging this Redis from URL, and that's config Redis URL. Okay. So we have also a config py, which is for config. Okay, I don't really want to do this at first. I would like first to just maybe I should have skipped everything with the Redis in the first place. First step, I would just like to get the historical data. Stream consumer, fetch market symbols from database. From database, okay. So we get the markets. Okay, then this. When is check and backfill executed after the startup? Start consumers. So we don't want to start consumers now. I think the other things are just configuration can be done. That's for shutdown. So let's have a look at check and backfill. We have already the markets. We are going through all markets with the ID, symbol ID. Getting the symbol from market. I actually don't know how the database is looking like. What is it? PG admin. Don't remember. Select all from markets. Run. Yeah, we have symbol ID, we have a symbol. These should match to the IC trading symbols. Market type. That's for displaying it in the chart. Okay, so we have a symbol column. That's the symbol. That's the question. Do we want to do some validation? We can also get the symbols from IC trading, from the CTrader Open API. Let me start this and show you. It's in the broker service. Start it like this. So that's the broker service running. And here with symbols, we could do a validation if that's actually matching. So if there is a EURUSD in this list. But maybe just at first you rely on the database. Let's say that it should exist. It will give us some errors if it doesn't, but for the symbols at the current time it is existing. So we are going to, yeah, that's also config timeframes, timeframe code. It's now pretty ugly. We can just remove this timeframe code. Consumer build stream key. Build stream key. Build the Redis stream key for a symbol time frame. That's backfill. Latest candle. Why do we need to stream? That's the consumer. What's the consumer? That's the Redis consumer, right? But what we want to do is doing a REST call. Backfill from start of stream. Clean up the backfill. Clean up this function. There is only one time frame M1, which should be requested, and also use the REST endpoint slash what's it? Symbol symbols symbol, and then it's trend bars. That's a get route. For requesting the historical data. Okay. Okay. Optional start time, end time. Oops. Check and backfill. we are going through the markets list. Request the latest candle for this market, and if there is a latest candle, then creating a timestamp, creating a difference, logging it, and the expected gap, allow 2 periods gap. Data is a difference between 2 date values. There's only one. What is this doing? Also don't know if we need this check. Probably we just run always the request. ISO format if candles. Then write candles. Okay, I don't want to write now. Let's comment this out. So it's just logging. And I would also like to break here, probably just do the first symbol. Is this a, oh wait, this should be here. If latest candle, oh no, we can put this even further below, right? Here's the markets just before we are like here. Then we only do one market for now. Yeah, and I don't want to write to the database. Write candles. No data in database. Okay. We don't have any. We have, but let's skip this anyway for now. Alright. Do we want to run the service and check what happens? How is the config looking like? Timeframe string. Timeframes. Can I just remove this? Config. Timeframes. List of strings. Ingestion service. So we have that in this one. Timeframes only M1. This can be removed. Start consumers. That's also M1. This. That's this. That's for consumers that isn't starting now, but let's clean this also up. Config timeframes here, here, and here, and here, and here. All right. Consumers not starting, right? Yeah, that's commented out. Shutdowns, second backfill. This will start. This is 1. It is 1 in the for the database Exos API. It's 1, and for the broker services it is M1. Check latest candle database. That's correct. Get latest candle. Time frame 1 is an integer. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we don't write anything now, so let's check what happens. We will probably get an error. So we are in the ingestion service. And it's just main PY. No module named. Okay. So we are having the virtual environment here. We have a requirement txt, right? Yeah. Requirement here. This, and that. What is this? How are there 4 dots for the latest version? And satisfies. Let's use the latest. All right. Yep. Okay. Then what is it? It's pip3 install our requirements. Okay, probably also have python.env somewhere else. No, we don't. Okay. Okay, then start and pool.getConnection. So tried to connect to Redis. Unknown. Maybe the Redis config not correct. Can we skip this for now? Not connect to Redis. It's the database client. Consumer task, shutdown, start up. Redis from URL. Let's quickly look what's the URL is. Redis URL. Is it defined in the... Okay. Yeah, that's probably not correct. That looks weird. Redis. How is it? So that's the port. That's correct. Yeah, I'm not sure how this works. Let's not connect to Redis. We don't want to use it anyway for now. Just want to get this historical requests, this backfill starting. Stream consumers is using Redis. Don't want to do this for now. Markets, that something we want to do. So let's see what happens. In loop, node names and provide or not known. Node name. HTTPX. So it's probably the config for the database access API. DB API host. That's the host. That and that. I'm always not sure if this should work if I'm trying to access it from this application, from this local application to a Docker container. Not sure if this should work out of the box or I try to run the app locally. Is the XSR API not accessible from outside? Oh, never mind. Okay, the issue is your .m file is configured for Docker networking. Ah, that's it. Just need to run localhost. Okay. Keep. What was it before that? Use when running from Docker container. Alright. That's now localhost. Let's see if it now works. Okay, we're getting a different error and we are getting some markets. Error, fatal error run loop ID. Market ID. That's symbol ID, right? We had it here open. Where is it? That's the symbol ID. Where's the line? Main. 64. Oh wait, this... No, it's the markets database, so it's symbol ID, yeah. That's symbol underscore ID. Let's see. Checking for missing data and starting backfill. Database client object has no attribute get trend bars. Is this the DB client get trend bars? That's this one. Get markets, write candles. Yeah, it's but this is a client for the database accessor API. Ah, okay, it's because in the first place it wanted to do it with Redis streams to do the backfill, and that's something that wasn't fixed. So are we using the same client? Probably not, right? HTTPX client timeout. Where was the arrow? Yeah. Get trend bars. The get trend bars is should be of a client that is for the broker service. Create one. Is this actually splitting this up? No, right? If the gap is too big, it will just try to request everything. Let's have a quick look in the CTrader documentation. Get trend bus response. I would like to know what's the maximum of candles that can be requested. Because I think there is a limit. account. Limit the number of timestamp. I think it's not defined here. Maybe we can just try it out. Broker client get trend bars. That looks good. And where is the broker client? There is the broker client with account ID. Timeout. Ah, yeah. Do we want to do some kind of handshake to get the account ID and but then is the question if there are multiple ones. Yeah, we are storing actually in the database also the exchange, so we could on startup also request the account ID based on the exchange of all markets that are in the database. So we are like drilling it down to all the exchanges. But yeah, that's some. We can do this later. Just hard code the account ID for now. That's this time frame. Get trend bars, yeah. Constructing the request. If limit, then this enforce max limit 1000. Enforce max limit. Ah, okay. It already has a max limit. But is there a loop? No, there's only a loop for the markets. Yeah, but we can also start with this. Let's just see what happens. That looks good. That's this one. Same thing as for the database API. And creating a client on startup. And here that's broker service. That's for the sample. Yes. And let's copy this. Where's the env? This one, and this will also be a local host. Alright. Is this 8080? Broker service? I think that's something different. App main. We quickly check this. Oh, it's not even in the .env file. Where's this defined? Here's the server starting. App host port. Container settings service port. it's 8050. Probably. This one. It's probably 8050. Don't know how that's. Sample 8050 and in the. Not sure if it's the right one. In ingestion service env 8050. Let's try this. And we are getting the markets and 400 bad request. 450 trend past. The account ID is in the header. Oh, and it's also a wrong ID. Yeah, this is X account ID, which will be defined in the header and not as a query parameter. And we can hard code this as well. That's not no problem if that's public. There's a secret and this one something we shouldn't show, shouldn't do public, but the account ID is it doesn't matter. So this is the account ID. You can hard code it for now. It should be set as a in the header as X account ID and not as a query parameter. Let's also give the error here. All right. Okay. Set account is already set to data in the .env file. The changes. Okay, it's. All right, here it's now in the header and not as a query parameter. Here's it removed. Okay, perfect. Keep this and the end file. There it is. This one here. This. Backfilling. Alright, fetched 14,000 trend bars for EURUSD M1 backfill 14,000. Okay, that looks good. We could also lock the candles for now. before we comment out the rest of it and actually write it to the database. It's in main. Check and backfill. Yeah, it's also not the prettiest code, but we can refactor this later. Here we have can as if can. That's logging. We're currently only logging the. This is a list, right? Self.log. Let's do info. Don't want to list everything. Actually don't need an F string here. Let's do candles, but only the this is the first 5, everything until 5, and that's the last 5, right? Yeah. So we're logging the first 5 and the last 5. Cancel this. Then this. Check if I'm missing data. Backfill. And is this an error now? Message. We can't use this syntax. What is the first argument? Is the message? Okay, we can't do this. So we can do really just this. We can also just put it in two logs. And self.logger info, and then it is clean in the log. Temporary. I won't log this on production. So, but it's also, I think that's the first. Yeah, it's not pretty clean, but yeah. My local. So that's the first, second. I also need to transform the timestamp and so on before we write to the database, but or maybe it's already doing so. I don't know how the right candles callback is looking like. Candles, right candles. Is it doing some transformation? Post request payload. ID candles. No, it's not right. Yeah, we need to do some transformation. That's not correct here. Timestamp. I think in the database we have an actual timestamp. Oh no, it's the candles database. Do limit 10. Yeah, that's how the timestamps are looking like. So we need to transform it in a, I think it's UTC timestamp. And out, so the columns are named here open, high, low, close, volume, and not the OHLCV like in the other one. I did it for the broker service to have less data for the streams, so I don't always write open, high, low, close in the data streams, and then use the same data format also for the historical candles. Now we need some transformation here, but that's no problem. But that's for another time. I think that's a good first step. Set up the basic servers. Can do some communication with the XSR API to request the markets and the latest candles, and do some requests with the broker service using the REST API, not using the Redis streams for now. I know this would need some errors here to indicate that it has also a Redis API, but the errors would reach everywhere, so I don't know. Maybe also do a blocker. I don't know how you would probably show this, visualize it. But that's for another time. I will end the stream here. I will see, maybe do another stream next weekend. Not sure. I would like to have it finished until the beginning of the weekend. So then you would probably see it the next video. At least the result of it. And but maybe I will stream a bit more often in the future. We will see. Alrighty. That's it. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time. Bye bye.